Welcome back to our Angular tutorial. In this tutorial, we will see some more files, and its usage in the Angular project. Let's get started. Node Modules. This Node Modules folder contains the NPM packages for the whole project. In Angular, everything is managed by NPM, or Node Package Manager. This NPM client is used to manage these packages. Angular Framework, CLI, and the components used by Angular applications are packed and distributed by NPM registry. So whenever we execute a install command, the packages will be pulled from the NPM registry and added into this modules folder. Package.json. Package.json file has the list of packages required for the project. NPM or Yarn will install the packages listed in this file. Just for more understanding, Yarn, or yet another resource negotiator, is also a package manager created by Facebook, to manage the shortcomings of NPM. This JSON file will be created along with the project, with some basic or starter packages required to support the basic application creation, building the application, and to run them. When we start building our application, we will add multiple packages to this file. We will go through this file and understand its different sections. User can define the name and version of the application here. Scripts is used to define the commands used to start, build, test the application. Private is usually set to true to avoid publishing our private packages. Dependencies will have two sections. One is just dependencies and another one is dev dependencies. Dependencies will have the list of packages which are required to run the application. Dev dependencies are used by the developers to create the application. Package.lock.json. We have one more JSON files to list our packages. As we have already seen that package.json file will keep track of the package information. Then why do we need this lock file? Answer is simple. Package.json will have the list of packages with version information. But this version will be a minimal one which is required to run the application. But package.lock.json is different. It will have the exact version of packages installed in our machine. This is used to recreate the dependency tree exactly. So for example, when we update a package, then it will update the package lock.json but not package.json. Source folder. This folder contains app, assets, environments folder. Also it has favicon, index.html, main.ts, polyfill.ts, styles.scss and test.ts. We will see the files one by one. Favicon is used to display the icon in the browser tab or in bookmarks. Main.ts is used to bootstrap the application, and it is the entry point of the Angular application. Polyfill is a code piece, used to provide support to old browsers, to run modern functionalities. We can also say that Polyfills is used to address the issues of different browsers, implements the same features, in different ways. In our case, if you are trying to use old browsers, then you need to add few import statements in this polyfill file, and as per the browser support, you may need to configure ECMAScript version. We will see how to do that in future. Styles CSS or Sass CSS file is used to add style to our components. Angular allows us to use both CSS and Sass CSS, which is syntactically awesome style sheet. Just to add to it, Sass CSS is a preprocessor scripting language that will be compiled and interpreted into CSS. Test.ts is the main entry point for your unit tests, with some Angular-specific configuration. Actually, we do not use this file as of now in our tutorials, also you don't typically need to edit this file. These are the important files and folders. We will also see some more files to understand why it is required, but we may not use in our tutorial now. E2E, or end-to-end folder. We need not to worry much about this folder now. But for the basic understanding, this folder is used to do end-to-end testing. It has TypeScript files, configuration files, and JSON files to manage testing. .editor config. This file has the standards defined for the coding style. Consider multiple employees working on the same project, so to define a standard encoding style this file is used. Developers can use different editors and IDs, still the style of the code will be maintained by the editors. .git ignore. This file lists out the files which needs to be ignored, when pushing the files to the repository. Usually the binaries, build folders, and log files will be ignored as they are not required to be pushed to the repository. Remaining files we can ignore as of now. When we go through tutorial, we will help you to understand why they are required, and how to use them. In the next section, we will see how to run the Angular application, and we will try to understand how the application is getting initiated and executed.